You got tired of explaining yourself. Now you gave them a silent treatment. They ain't their feelings. Let me tell y'all something. The moment you get tired of explaining yourself, the moment you stop talking, they get nervous. They get so frightened. They get so intimidating. It saddens them because they want a response out of you. They want to bring you down so bad. They want to piss you off. And they're going to have a party about it. But once you start outsmarting these people, having emotional intelligence, and most of all, have a smile on your face, that's going to piss a lot of them off. Y'all going to have people walk around here angry, mad at the world. But they're not mad at the world. They're mad because you not talking. They're mad because you moving on up to the east side, like the Jeffersons. These people wanted to beneath you. They wanted you to be beneath them. They want to belittle you. They wanted you to get so pissed off that you start cursing them out. Now that probably was you, or the old version of you. But you come to realize even silence is a response. You come to the conclusion no response is the best response. Because you keep on explaining yourself and they go back twisting your words. So what that tells you right there, they want to start some mess with you. It's just like Michael Jackson. They always want to be starring something. But see, this is when you start outsmarting these people. Not talking. No response. That's working. No negative vibes. Good vibes only. See, this word is backwards. When you being positive, they hate that. But when you being negative, they will praise you for it. You know what I mean? And when you being positive, they're going to try to attack you spiritually. They're not going to do it in the physical form because they know better. But at the same time, stay prayed up at all times, because once you step a foot out your house, you got to stay prayed up, because negative people are everywhere. The store, the job, even on the road, the highway. And once they smell that happiness on you, they're like a German Shepherd. They can smell it on you. And they will start growling because you are happy. And they will do something petty to piss you off. Or they make you say something to them. They want to start a fight with you. They want to start conflict. But you're not going to get them the time of the day. These people are grown and still got that little kid mindset. Want to start little petty fights with you so they can see you locked up or 6 feet deep. But you already outsmarted them. That's why they ain't their feelings. That's why you're not responding to their calls, their texts, nothing. This can be a friendship, relationship, however you want to relate to it. Or somebody from the past that you dated. For some of you, could be your family members that you used to deal with back in the day. But however it relates to you, you're no longer explaining yourself to nobody. And they can take it however they want. And not only that, when you speak the truth, one time only, and you said, nope, no more. Because you got tired explaining yourself over and over and over again. Now they bugging out. Now they scratched out. Now you scaring them. But no, they're scaring their own self because you already see you no longer going to deal with these people. And you meant every word you said. When you put your foot down, that was all she wrote. And people thought you were playing with them. But now you ain't playing with them. Because now you're no longer talking. And have you noticed when you give them the silent treatment, when you give them silence, the power of silence, people get so intimidated. They will do anything just to get your attention. Because you know why? Now you got their attention. It's funny when you're no longer talking, then you got their attention. But when you keep on doing this, they're not going to take you seriously until you cut them off and give them silence. Now they over there bug out. Now they worrying. Now they stressed out. Now you got everybody's attention, but you don't want their attention. You putting your attention into positive things. You are putting your attention on your mental health. Working out, eating healthy, reading books, jogging outside, stuff like that. But they want your attention so bad, y'all, it's a crying shame. They're like little children in school. When a teacher is getting tired explaining him or herself to these little bad children. I was about to say the little word, but I had to catch myself. But when these little baby children, these little raw rats, aka grown adults, want your attention, you don't even look at them. You don't even acknowledge their existence. They are dead to you. What's that noise? Huh? I thought I heard somebody talking. Oh, it's the wind. That's some strong wind outside, ain't it? Give them that type of treatment. Did somebody say something? Oh, the wind blowing hard out there. I thought it was Casper the Friendly Ghost talking. You gotta be on that type of time. And don't you know that's gonna crush them? Because they want to be irreverent so bad. That lets you know right there. If they can't stand your guts, then why are they trying to get your attention? So that says a lot about them. They got all this time to try to get a reaction out of you, but can't get one. Or when you say something from the heart, then they take it the wrong way. Now they want to start conflict because they either did something to you and they were guilty and they know they're guilty, but they want to play the victim. Narcissists. You see what I mean? But they refuse to take accountability. So you get them the silent treatment. You wash your hands with it and just let God deal with it. Remember, this ain't your battle. It's God's battle. So they feel some type of way about it, tell them to lace their boots up, shoes, whatever they wearing, and tell them to wear it. As a matter of fact, like the song, rest in peace to DJ on, tell them to walk it out. But y'all, let me tell you how powerful silence is. When you're no longer explaining yourself, when you start talking to losers, now you about to get a whole lot of people upset. People are going to wonder why you're no longer talking. That narcissist that's trying to get a reaction out of you, they getting worried, they getting scared. But they all know you had cut them off for good. And you ain't had to wait till December the 31st to do it. You did it right now, today, or whatever day you did it. And you won't playing with them. When they say, when they think you playing with them, when you say, I'm going to cut you off, I'm no longer going to talk to you, you full of you know what? They start laughing because they think you joking. But when you really stand on business and when you really mean what you say, oh, now they want to take you seriously. Now they want to talk. Now they want to say, hey, how you doing? And what you do? Turn the other cheek. Like literally, turn one cheek and the other cheek and tell them to kiss your cheek. But no, for real though, all jokes aside, you no longer giving them no attention. You no longer gonna keep explaining yourself over and over again like a broken record. It's like we playing the same old song over and over and over again. You could try to explain yourself to a narcissist all you want. You're just going to stress yourself out. Because that's exactly what they want. They want to see you down. Like I said earlier, they want you beneath them. They want to belittle you. Then when you explain yourself, they want to twist your words. That tells you right there. These people are mentally screwed up in the head. You can tell. Look at them. Look at their actions. Look at the way they act. Something ain't right up there. The elevator ain't elevating. That brain up there, something is mentally wrong, folks. Because who would want to wake up and get some attention from a grown man, a grown woman? They ain't paying them no mind. So it tells you right there. When they were coming up or growing up, they get enough attention. But now they are going some type of mentally disorder. Or want to get everybody's attention by being stupid, being petty, or trying to cause chaos. But one thing I will say, they're going to try the wrong one, and the wrong one going to teach them a lesson, or shall I say the right one. But I'm not here to talk about no violence or none of that. What I'm saying is, folks, don't give these people your energy. People out here are so thirsty for energy. It could be out there in the road, like I said, you could be driving. Somebody come over you, and you be ready to point the middle finger. I ain't gonna point it at the camera, but you know what I'm saying. Especially somebody that got road rage. Y'all could be turning them ludicrous out there. You could be say, move, get out the way. But I will say this though. Try your best not to let these people get under your skin. Smile at them, let them know, I see what you're doing, but it ain't gonna work. And when you smile and show your teeth, or how many amounts of teeth you got in your mouth, it don't matter. That's gonna piss them off even more. I'm telling you, you're gonna get these people so caught up in their feelings. What's that song by Jasmine Sullivan? Tell them to pick up your feelings. Piece by piece, fool. Y'all finna have them so angry, so upset to the point you're gonna make them wanna cry. It's gonna come to a point they're gonna become desperate for your attention. They want a response out of you, but you ain't finna give it to them like I said. So let them sit there and roll over in their tears. Let them sit there and think about what they had done. Treat them like little school kids. Go sit in the corner and go sit in that corner and think about what you had did. Treat them like school children. Because that's exactly who they act like. School children. Y'all remember back in elementary, back in y'all day, where somebody did something, they go sit in the corner or wherever the punishment was. Give them that type of treatment, but punishment for life, which means you cut them off for good. No talking, no nothing. They gets nothing. The only thing they get is the silent treatment and distance, which means you're giving them love from a distance. I would say they gets no love, but if this is somebody used to deal with back in the day, back in the past, love them from a distance. Treat them like a silver long spoon. Send that love from a far distance, but tell them, don't come near this way. Stay over yonder. Tell them to stay right where they at. You dig what I'm saying? Tell them to stay right over yonder. But for real, ladies and gentlemen, don't explain yourself no more. Because after a while, you're going to get exhausted. And they're going to be sitting over there, having a tea party. Girl, we made her mad. Bro, we pissed him off. Or vice versa. Bruh, I made her mad. Girl, I made him mad. They get a kick out of you by explaining yourself over and over and over again. You done it once, you done it twice, maybe third time, but the fourth, fifth, and sixth, you ain't doing it no more. Once you said enough was enough, you said the hell with these folks. You moved on. As a matter of fact, they didn't know that you were going to pack your bags and leave. That's what got them so angry. You messed their head up. No. Let me take that off. They messed their own head up. Because they thought you were going to sit there and keep explaining yourself. And then you gave them silent treatment. Then they didn't know that you were going to lead them. Woo! People think it's really a game out here until you really show them better what you can tell them. That's why I said stop explaining yourself. Actions speak louder than words. But like I said, it may come a time or point. You may gotta explain yourself but one time, but you ain't finna keep on doing it. And if they don't like it, tell them to take it however they want. They could take their feelings and shove it where the moon, the stars, and the sun don't shine. Damn it. So they want to get mad in their feelings. So be it. That ain't your problem. That is a damn problem. That ain't your problem. But they want to make it your problem. They want you to have a headache behind they childish, stupid little games. These people haven't grew up yet. That's why they're still getting the same results that they are getting. They refuse to grow. But you ain't finna let them, you're not finna let these people stop you from growing. That's why you stop going near them, you stop talking to them, you stop explaining yourself, you cut them off. Now they want something from you, which is your energy. You ain't gonna give it to them like I said. That's why I said in my videos, y'all keep smiling. Just keep doing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, they gonna always have something to say. He too quiet, she too quiet. What's the problem? They ain't splitting themselves too much. You know what, y'all? Let's piss him off. Let's piss her off. Then you move away from them. You still in their head. But hey, you didn't do this. They did it. They done this to themselves. And now they wonder, where's he at? Where's she at? They getting worried. They getting scared now. Now they want to send their little minions to see if you really gonna respond to their texts. They're gonna ask somebody that's close to you. Have you seen such and such? They're gonna act all concerned and whatnot. But they probably be wondering, why are you worrying about this person? This person is finished with you. This could be a obsessed ex from your past. They mad because you moved on. Especially in relationships, boy. It can be terrible. They thought you were playing with her, but you got sick of them. So you kicked that ex to the curb. They thought you were really playing games, but no, you were serious. You tried to make the relationship work. Then sooner or later, you got tired of talking to him. Y'all heard it in R&B songs, especially back in the day. When they tried to make the relationship work, then the person they want to get it together, they packed their bags and start leaving. And now that person all of a sudden want to listen. Don't it amaze you when people don't want to take you seriously until you're no longer there? Now all of a sudden, it hits them in the coconut, that little rock for a brain. Now all of a sudden they want to take you seriously when you're no longer there, when you're no longer talking. Especially them 90s R&B songs. They're going to tell you the definition of what I'm talking about. Listen to the song Changing Faces. I think it's called Get Her Out. I ain't finna sing the lyrics, but you know what I'm talking about. And some other R&B songs too that can relate to this topic of what I'm talking about. But other than that, y'all, don't keep explaining yourself to nobody that don't wanna listen. Don't wanna start some conflict. That's cut them off, throw up the deuces, and tell them. As a matter of fact, don't tell them nothing. Show them better what you can tell them. And watch how angry and frustrated they will be. Watch. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all share this video. God bless you all. Y'all be safe. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Deuces.